Hi, and welcome to my Tuesday evening live tutorial. I'm Shelley Godby, and for 22 years, I've been teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles through my YouTube videos, my stamping blog, www.stampingsmiles.com, and my mailing list. And so this evening, I'm going to be using the newly released just today Meadow bundle. Gorgeous. A couple weeks ago, I showed you this bundle. It's an online exclusive, a new release today, one of several, along with the Meandering Meadows Designer Series paper. Pretty sure that's the name of that. Gorgeous, gorgeous paper. And so I invite you to chime in and talk with me. I love this part. So how about we go ahead and get started? And let's change the screen. There we go. So here is the online exclusives Garden Meadow bundle. We've got the Garden Meadow stamp set and the coordinating Garden Meadow dies. And so you see there are some open dies that will die cut the images as well as some intricate. Now this is cool. So for the fence, there's a die to die cut the fence or to do an intricate one. And then the grass, just love this. Well, Miss Patricia says, howdy. Howdy back. And so, hey, when you order these two together using the bundle item number, you'll save 10% on both. Always look for the bundle discount because the savings can really add up. So we are going to do some stamping and die cutting, excuse me, and coloring. I just love coloring. All right, so let me set these dies aside for a moment. And what I have here is some basic white cardstock. Whenever you're stamping on white cardstock, you want to use Stampin' Up's basic white cardstock. It has a smooth, tight finish to give you a crisp, clean image. And there's just no comparison. So what I have here is a Tuxedo Black Memento ink pad. I'm going to be coloring with Stampin' Blends, and you need to use it with this. Other inks, just the blends make the ink evaporate. And this wheelbarrow, this set looks so much like my mom. She's a big gardener. She'd rather be outside gardening than doing anything. And we always had a wheelbarrow. I thought, oh, I have got to use the wheelbarrow. All right, so I'm going to get this good and inked up. Hopefully I did a good job. You know what? When the stamp is so big, I like to take the pad to it. All right. And I need another image, so I'm going to do this at an angle. Press everywhere. Well, Miss Karen, hi, from Texas. Where in Texas? I've lived in Texas a lot. There we go. We were in the Houston area, Sealy, Waco, Austin. Oh, isn't that so pretty? And then I have the watering can. And so I titled A Gardener's Delight. This is so my mom. If she's not watching, I'll make this her birthday card. Okay, there we go. So we've got our stamped images. And you know what? I don't know if you know this. Turn your Memento ink pad, turn it upside down. Because you know, the Stampin' Up ink pads already store themselves upside down when you flip them over. This keeps the ink to the top. Okay, so we are done with that. And I need my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. There we go. I was just talking to one of my sweet stampers today who just recently got the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Let's see if I can make this go out any further. No, I can only come in. Okay, it'll be all right. Oh, there. Once it's open, that looks a lot better. And I said, hey, how do you like it? She said, I love it. Like, okay, I expected that she would, but she'd love to hear that. Okay, so now let me grab my cutting plates. So what I need to do now is build up what's called a sandwich to get to the appropriate thickness to die cut with our Garden Meadow dies. All right. And so I start with plate number 1. And then because it's a thin metal die, I need a plate number 2. Everything is printed on here. You don't have to memorize it, but you'll have it memorized in no time. And then we need something to cut into. And so there goes my other cutting plate. Cutting plate number 3. All right. Let me grab that bad boy. All right, and so now our cardstock we just stamped, and we'll start with the wheelbarrow die and center this around here. Now, I just got in, it's right here, the Crafter's Companion low-tack adhesive. So I'll tell you my opinion of it. My first was I tried it just straight off of the roll. It did tear my cardstock. Oh, near Wichita. Oh, okay. I'm not familiar where that is. First, I'm thinking Wichita because I'm talking with Miss Karen. Um, I'm familiar with Wichita Falls, but Wichita, I was thinking Wichita, Kansas. Like, wait a minute, I lived there 3 times. Okay, so anyway, it did tear my cardstock. So, but if I just take a little bit of it off like that, it worked really well. But why I like this, and I'll have a link under my video to it, was that it was clear and I could see that I had it on right. And when I peeled it off to do it again, I didn't have to remove it like I do with washi tape. Because with the washi tape, I can't see to know that I have it centered around my stamped image. So for that reason, I'm liking it. Once I, like I said, just make it a little bit less tacky. Okay. And the watering can. I really don't need that attached. I need it attached to the cardstock, not to the plate. There we go. And we'll turn this. Another piece. Elverard. Okay. I'll have to look that up. And center around here. Now, this is really cool because you can see the handle through here. And that really helps me line it up. So I can see that handle. And there we go. Okay. Okay, good. I was trying to rotate to get around the spout. Let's see how well I do. Oh, Wichita Falls. Okay. That I know. And then I put on the second cutting plate, plate number 3. And I set it on there because I didn't want to scoot it on because even though I have it taped down, I could have still messed up and pushed things around. Let's see how well I did. I was really pleased with this, that it came out so well for me the first time. I hate to say that because I'm live, but it's not the same angle sitting down. Okay. Oh, there we go. Fantastic. And then let's see how. See what I'm saying? I don't have to take that off every time because I can see through it. That's a big, big plus. And I'll gently, as I would with washi tape, pull this off. Ah, very nice. Being able to see through where to do that handle really is a big help. All right, we're not quite done with this because I want to do some embossing. And for that, I'm using a 3D. So I'm going down to just the plate number 1. We put these other 2 aside. And then I have some blueberry bushel cardstock. And the embossing folder I want to use is the exposed brick. I thought, ooh, this will be really cool. All right, so we're open this up, place our cardstock inside. All right, and I do want it straight because my brick. Close that, place this on here with the Stampin' Up facing me. And then because it's a 3D embossing folder, it's a little thicker than the others, so a standard cutting plate isn't quite thick enough. So we're going to use a plate number 4, and that'll get the appropriate thickness. So all the plates come with the purchase of a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, but if you have another machine of the same size plates, say the Big Shot, the specialty plate will work with that, and you can pick it up separately. So we're going to go ahead and crank this through. A beautiful embossing folder. There we go. We've got the embossing done and our die cutting. Let me set this aside. Fantastic. Okay. Love that. All right. So you know what? I didn't do as good of a job as I did on my others, so I have another one all ready to go. It looks a little better. How about that? So now I just love coloring, and I'm going to be using the stamping blends for that. And wheelbarrows, I could have done gray, but wheelbarrows come in all kinds of colors. I've seen red ones, I've seen all kinds, and so I'm going to do the wheelbarrow in, and let me see if I can get a little closer. Oh, there we go. The wheelbarrow in blueberry bushel. And I'm going to be using the smaller tip for most of this. And right over here, so you'll have to talk to me because coloring isn't really fast. But I'm using the darker to go around this edge here. There we go. I think there's a little bit right there and there. Okay. And then all of the other. This is a nice tip for the small pipe. Okay. Oh, it is so peaceful. Coloring is just the most peaceful thing. All right, so now I have the light blueberry bushel. And for right now, I'm going to stick with that smaller tip. And let's go around these leaves. You know, I haven't had any training with these. It would be fun to do that. But even without any training, these the Stampin' Blends just make us all look really brilliant. Yeah, Miss Patricia said she likes coloring, it's so peaceful. It really is. You can just feel your heart rate just drop. All right, so I learned this on one of our grand vacations. Someone was showing us about the blends, to have a little reflection. She showed us to draw a circle, and then we won't color it all in. So you look for where the light might hit it, and right there. Isn't that cool? And so let's come over here, and when you do, color on color, it gets deeper. So there we go. A little deeper over there than here. Okay. And then for my tire, I have basic black. I'm using the light. We'll color in. And then for the center, I thought, well, sometimes those are color too, because it's just painted metal or plastic. So I tried the blueberry bushel, and it was just too much. So we'll keep that smoky slate. I didn't do a reflection on the tire. The only place I did it was on the wheelbarrow. Okay. I'm trying to remember what color my mom's wheelbarrow is. It may be red. But the blueberry bushel is gonna go really well with the oh, we had more die cutting to do. Well, good thing my machine's still here. Um, the blueberry bushel, I just wanted this to really stand out against the Meandering Meadows Designer Series paper. Yeah, we'll be getting that back out. Good thing it's really nice and close, huh? Okay, and then our smoky slate. I'll stay with the small tip. And I colored this a few times today. The first time I thought, oh, that's going to take way too long. But now that I know what colors I'm doing and I've done enough, it feels like it's going a lot faster. So um, I've got the light granny apple green here. Oh, we've got that to do too. All right, so I'm going to do my leaves, but I want to add more color. So if you want the colors to blend better, you don't necessarily want to try to do everything at one time. So I'm going to leave that open because I'll be pretty quick. Here's the shaded spruce in the light. And I'm going to come in here and add, there we go, some color along the base. And now we'll come down here and finish the others. Now, if you didn't want them to blend real well, you could just do all of them, let it dry more. Because I tried these first in the shaded spruce, and I liked it better when I came back and started with the granny apple green. Oh, Miss Catherine from Jacksboro, I'm sorry, Jacksboro, Tennessee. Well, welcome. So glad you're joining us again. Okay. Do you like that? The two-tone? I think that looks really nice. So we are done with shaded spruce. I'll be using granny apple green in a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and close it. You know what else I see I didn't get is the handles, and I want to do that in black because our hands will be dirty, right, from being in the garden. We don't want a light color that'll get all stained up. So we've got our handles. There we go. Fantastic. So now for our flowers. Got the granny apple green. We'll see how well it shows up. I went ahead and did the centers of these. They're really small, but they're the larger flowers of the two sizes here. All of them. I got the green to stand out a little bit. And then I have the light melon mambo. And we're going to go ahead and color this and try not to hit the green. But if I do, it's okay. So the larger flowers in here, or melon mambo. Okay. Whew. Oh, okay, Miss Patricia. Oh, how sweet. I don't know if you can see her comment. That's so sweet. She says, "Everyone give me a thumbs up." Well, I will take that. That's for sure. All right. So, oops. Those flowers are done. Now we have the smaller ones in back in the fresh freesia. So in all the colors I'm pulled from the DSP. Hey, with that paper talking about the Meandering Meadows designer series paper, I've been watching my sweet stampers today because it just came available. They're ordering in multiples, not just one pack. I don't know. I have no inside knowledge, but that tells me it could run out. I mean, hopefully to get replenished, but if you're falling in love with this like I am, I wouldn't dawdle. I would go ahead and order, get your order placed, and you can do that in my online store. So now I have the dark. I'm just adding to give it a little bit of depth. Just add some fresh freesia in the dark. Fantastic. Okay, and so now back with my granny apple green. Instead of all this white space in here, that that's not how normally things look. We'll pepper in between here some granny apple green and fill that in. Because you know how you've got flowers, it just fills that barrel up. Look how, that was really quick. Oh, I see one I missed over here. Okay, that's all right. We're going to use this again. Let me get this shaded spruce. So things are fantastic. All right. And so we've got our watering can, got a stripe of the granny apple green, and everything comes coordinating anymore. So I thought, okay, we're just going to leave this. Also keep this in the blueberry bushel. Like tools. Has anyone ever gotten all those pink tools? So tempting. I have tools. I don't need more. But the pink is so pretty. It's that soft pink. But anyway, things come coordinating, and I could see someone having a watering can of the same color. And let's do my circle. There we go. For where the sun is hitting it. Great. Back with my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine because I'm excited about what I'm going to do and show you a little bit later. Right. Oh, we probably want to take this back out. There we go. All right. And so back with plate number 1. We need plate number 2. I've got plate number 3. Okay. And then our gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous pattern of the Meandering Meadow Designer Series paper. And so I'm going to place this on here. And this is just the coolest die. This arch. I'm going to come all the way over to this side because I want my wheelbarrow on the path in the dirt. That made sense to me. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and use, because I really want this to stay in place, my low tack adhesive. Oh, there we go. And my other cutting plate. And that just moved, didn't it? Would help if I press down. Okay, so set this on here. Crank this through. There we go. Okay. Let me set all this aside, and I think this time, for this evening, the last time. And see what we have here. So this die is a dual purpose. We're going to use this piece, and it has stitching around it, but this also would create like a window. And there's stitching around that too. So now we have all this, and I thought, oh, I'd like to get 2 out of there. It wasn't wide enough for 2, but stick around to the end because I'm going to show you another card I made with this piece. Okay. All right. So, and I fooled around. I had this against Pool Party, and it was okay, but I really liked it against the blueberry bushel. It felt like, because this was dark, it let everything else pop out. Like, oh, so, so nice. But I want this to raise it up and to put dimensionals behind the DSP. Even though it's not really flimsy, it's still not as thick as cardstock. So I cut another one of these. Same thing. And we'll go ahead and use some Stampin' Seal to adhere it to it. There we go. Put my finger where it's a little opaque. Normally I say 1 inch in each corner, and I want to lay this on here perfectly lined up. I don't want any of that blueberry bushel peeking out. Oh, I can't see any DSP, so I must have done a good job. All right, so I wanted this raised up. And, oh, Miss Karen says paper is so pretty. Oh, yes, it is. It is gorgeous paper. And then we'll use my favorite adhesive ever, Stampin' Dimensionals. Okay. These foam adhesive dots. Wow. I just can't get enough of them. Have a nice big pile. I'm not done with those. All right, so I can see those are popping up, but sometimes they just lay flat instead of fighting it. You just take your thumbnail, it makes that edge pop up so it comes off real easily. So are you liking this against oh, Miss Cynthia says, "Good evening." Well, good evening. Are you liking this against the blueberry bushel? And so then we have our base. So I could use mini glue dots, but I tell you, I am just so appreciating how quick it is, and it's a great adhesive, the Stampin' Seal Plus for all of this texture. Because whenever you have texture, you know, the mini glue dots, you need something that's gonna hold even better. Oh, so beautiful. Well, thank you, Miss Cynthia. All right, so there we go. Just making sure it's centered even though it's tone on tone, and I'm so pleased how well the Stampin' Seal is working. Okay. I have a greeting to do, and I have here some pool party cardstock. Need my tuxedo black pad back, and I was telling you, if she's not watching, um, happy birthday. And that's included in the stamp set. There are some really nice greetings in here. I can't imagine having a better friend. Ah, that is so sweet thinking of you. Every day is a fresh start, and hello, as well as this happy birthday. So let's come over here. Photopolymer is so awesome that you can see where you're stamping. That doesn't mean I'm perfect, but it does help. And because I'm stamping on color, I want to hold it down a little bit extra long. Fantastic. I had another one cut in case I messed up. All right. And so then what I have here is the banners pick-a-punch. And, you know, I should be able to just do this, but I like to hold it upside down so I can see that I have it centered because you can see, and then we'll punch that. And, huh, imagine that I just did the wrong side. So, so oh, we got to keep it interesting, don't we? I may need that other piece. All right, let's try this again. Okay. Yeah, I thought about that. I thought, did I do the right side? Hey, all right. Life is good. Now we have all of our pieces. Coloring's done. We have all of our pieces. And so I'm going to use Stampin' Seal. There's not a texture there. And put this in the dirt. Oh, look at that background, that path. Just gorgeous. And since it's a little bit wider, I'm going to go off the edge for both sides. Okay, wheelbarrows don't they sit like this. Fantastic. And then a dimensional for our watering can. Well, that backing just came right off. All right, one in the center, plenty. And I'm going to let it overlap onto my wheelbarrow a little bit. And one thing I like about that, that helps get rid of some of that white space. And then I didn't want to cover up that beautiful, gorgeous scenery. All right. If someone would chime in, let me know you're still here. My doggone computer, without notice, it'll just shut down. And it hadn't done that. And I even turned it off to make sure it wouldn't overheat. I looked it up, without what is going on, and it says it shuts down to protect it from overheating. All right. Ah, yeah, here, but that was scary. But you know what? Oh, good. It disappointing, but now that I know I don't lose the stream and you all will stick around, hey, life is good. You know, as I have a friend who may be watching, he says, if that's the worst thing that I have going on, I'm a blessed woman, and I sure am. So let's take this, our happy birthday. I'm going to come down here. I want to go to that edge right there. So I have my grouping of 3 that I like, but it didn't take away from all of that. And I sure appreciate you all sticking around and seeing that I got back and it came back. So we're not going to stress about that anymore. Okay. And there are some. Oh, Miss Karen's still here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There are some embellishments that go with this garden meadow that aren't available. Everything I'm showing you was available when I started this video, so that's really good. And but the butterflies, they're so gorgeous. And I'm gonna have to my take your pick tool rolled away. All right. So I like using the spatula. And so we've got a big one here. We'll come over. And then a small one. Turn that over here. And they're so delicate, aren't they? And just look so right. And let's do another small one. Right there. Isn't that sweet? And so there we have it. My garden meadow card that, oh, it was so much fun. All the coloring, so peaceful. This gorgeous, gorgeous paper, that scenery to set it off, and against the blueberry bushel. Oh, and then I told you. So I had that other piece, and I thought, okay, I can't let that go to waste. And so this is the card I made with that. Isn't that pretty? And so because it went the full length instead of getting cut, so I'm losing what, a good inch of it right there. I would say possibly more. Oh, thank you, Miss Patricia. She says beautiful. Oh, you know what? I don't have to. I can. There we go. I can prove it because I could just be making up what people are saying. Oh, well, thank you, Miss Cynthia. I'm so glad you came, enjoyed us, and stuck with it. And so the blueberry bushel here, but I like the balmy blue over here. It just really sets everything off. And this I tried stamping on Daffodil Delight, and it was just way too harsh. So instead, um, this is basic white, but I used the Lemon Lolly with the blending brush and gave it some color first. So I still have my yellow sun, but not so harsh. And so this way we can maximize our paper. There we go. So, okay. Okay, we're back. And let me. Oh, Miss Cynthia, very, very pretty. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, we're back. We survived what I've been dreading, the computer shutting down, but hey, life is good. And so, like I said, everything I use to make my garden meadow card, or I should say cards, is available to order in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. And I don't have any special knowledge that the DSP will sell out, but like I said, when I'm seeing my sweet stampers order in multiples, like, it really could possibly happen. So I'm recommending that you get on over now to my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. So I'm looking to see if there are any questions. Right. I'm not finding any, but I sure am so happy you joined me this evening. And I'm Shelley Godby, teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles. Thanks for watching.